The rain pounded against the floor-to-ceiling windows of our Manhattan penthouse, mirroring the storm raging inside me. I had come home early from the law firm, hoping to surprise Elena with tickets to that Broadway show she'd been hinting about, but instead I walked in on her tangled in the arms of her childhood friend Marissa. My world shattered in that instant, the engagement ring on my finger suddenly feeling like a noose, as the woman I loved for 5 years whispered apologies that sounded more like excuses. I froze in the doorway, the bouquet of roses slipping from my hand and scattering petals like broken promises across the hardwood floor. Elena's eyes widened in horror, pushing Marissa away as if the embrace had been a mistake, but I knew better. The way their lips had lingered, the familiarity in their touch. It wasn't the first time. Marissa, with her flawless makeup and designer coat still on, stammered something about just talking. But the air was thick with the scent of betrayal, and my heart pounded so hard I thought it might burst. "How long?" I demanded, my voice barely above a whisper, but it cut through the room like a knife. Elena, my brilliant architect fiancé, the one who'd stood by me through law school finals and family holidays, collapsed onto the couch, burying her face in her hands. Marissa grabbed her bag and bolted for the door, mumbling a sorry that meant nothing. Left alone, Elena looked up at me with tears streaming down her face. "Alex, it's not what you think. We've been confused. But I love you. Only you." I didn't believe her. Not then. I stormed out into the rain-slick streets of New York, my heels clicking against the pavement as I hailed a cab to my sister's place in Brooklyn. The city lights blurred through the window, a kaleidoscope of neon that mocked my crumbling life. How had I missed the signs? The late nights Elena spent working with Marissa on that urban design project, the secret of texts, the way she'd pull away from my kisses lately, blaming stress from her conservative Italian-American family. My sister Jamie opened the door with a concerned frown, her apartment a cozy haven of books and plants that always grounded me. "Alex, what happened? You look like hell." I spilled everything over a bottle of wine, the words tumbling out in a torrent of anger and hurt. Jamie, ever the pragmatic one, listened without judgment. "Families like hers, they don't make it easy. But cheating? That's on her." Elena's family was the elephant in the room we'd always tiptoed around. Her parents, devout Catholics from a tight-knit community in Jersey, had barely tolerated our relationship. They'd show up to dinners with forced smiles, making pointed comments about traditional values and grandchildren. Elena had come out to them 2 years ago, after we'd moved in together, but it had been a battlefield. Her mother had cried for days, her father had threatened to cut her off financially. We'd fought through it, or so I thought, building our life brick by brick. My rising career at the corporate law firm, her award-winning designs reshaping the skyline. But Marissa? She was straight, or so everyone believed. Elena's best friend since high school, married to a banker, with a picture-perfect life in the suburbs. What was this? An experiment? A rebellion? I paced Jamie's living room, my mind racing. I gave up so much for her, I confessed. Turned down that job in DC to stay here, ignored Mom's nagging about settling down with a nice guy, even though she knows I'm gay. Jamie hugged me tight. "You deserve better. But think about what you want. Confront her, but don't let anger decide everything." I nodded, but sleep evaded me that night on her pull-out couch. Memories flooded in. Our first date at Central Park, stealing kisses under the cherry blossoms, the proposal on the Brooklyn Bridge, where Elena had gotten down on one knee with a ring that sparkled like our future. Now it all felt tainted. The next morning my phone buzzed incessantly with Elena's calls and texts. "Please come home. We need to talk." I ignored them, heading to work instead, burying myself in case files to numb the pain. But by lunch the weight of it all crashed down. I called her back, my voice steady despite the tremor in my chest. "Meet me at our spot in the park after work." It was neutral ground, where we'd shared so many secrets. Maybe there we could salvage something or end it cleanly. As the sun dipped low, I waited on our bench, the autumn leaves crunching underfoot. Elena arrived, looking disheveled, her eyes red-rimmed. She sat beside me, not touching, the space between us a chasm. Alex, Marissa and I. It started innocently. We were talking about my family's pressure, how they keep pushing me to reconsider my life choices. She was comforting me, and one thing led to another. "But it's over. I swear." I searched her face for lies but found only desperation. Your family? That's your excuse? We've dealt with that together. Why her? Elena sighed, her breath visible in the cooling air. Because she's safe. She's from their world, straight, married, normal. Kissing her felt like escaping the judgment without fully betraying who I am. But I was wrong. It hurt you, and that's unforgivable. Her words stung, revealing cracks I'd ignored. Our relationship had been a fortress against the world. But inside, Elena's doubts had festered. Society's whispers, the sidelong glances at pride events, the news stories about anti-LGBT bills. It all chipped away. And her family? They were the sledgehammer. Last Christmas, her father had pulled her aside, saying, "This phase will pass. Find a good man, Elena. For us." I stood up, pacing. So what now? Do we pretend this didn't happen? Elena reached for my hand. No. I want to fight for us. Therapy, maybe. Cut ties with Marissa if that's what it takes. But doubt gnawed at me. Was this love or just fear of being alone? As we walked home together, the silence heavy, I wondered if forgiveness was possible. Or if it would just delay the inevitable heartbreak. That night, back in our apartment, we talked until dawn. Elena opened up about the internal war. The guilt of disappointing her parents, the fear of losing her cultural roots, the societal mold she couldn't fully break. I love you, Alex, but sometimes I wonder if I'm strong enough for this life. Her vulnerability cracked my armor, but it also ignited my own insecurities. Had I been pushing too hard for marriage, ignoring her hesitations? The next few days blurred into a tense routine. We slept in the same bed but worlds apart, each decision laced with caution. I threw myself into work, winning a big case that should have thrilled me, but victory tasted hollow. Elena canceled a family dinner citing work, but I knew it was to avoid their probing questions. Marissa texted me an apology, which I deleted unread. Then the first real test came. Elena's sister's wedding invitation arrived. A lavish affair in Jersey, where we'd be under the microscope. We have to go, Elena said. Skipping it would raise flags. I agreed, but dread pooled in my stomach. This wasn't just about us anymore. It was about facing the external forces that had driven her into Marissa's arms. As we drove to the venue, the suburbs unfolding like a trap, Elena gripped the wheel. Promise me we'll get through this. I nodded, but inside I questioned everything. The rehearsal dinner was a minefield of polite bigotry, uncles joking about those liberals in the city, aunts asking when we'd settle down properly. Elena laughed it off, but her hand trembled under the table. That night, in the hotel room, she broke down. I can't keep pretending. But if I cut them off, who am I? I held her, whispering assurances, but the seed of doubt had taken root. Was our love worth the constant battle? Or was it time to let go? The wedding day dawned bright and merciless, the Jersey sun mocking the storm brewing inside me. Elena looked stunning in her bridesmaid dress, but the shadows under her eyes told a different story. As we navigated the ceremony, her family's eyes bored into us, whispers following like ghosts. During the reception, her father pulled me aside, his voice low and laced with false concern. Alex, you're a nice girl, but this lifestyle, it's not right for Elena. She needs stability. I bit back a retort, smiling tightly. We're happy, Mr. Rossi. That's what matters. But was it true? Back at the table, Elena avoided my gaze, chatting animatedly with relatives. Marissa was there too, as a family friend, her presence a live wire. I watched them interact, careful, distant, but the memory of that kiss burned. On the drive home, tension crackled. Your dad cornered me, I said. Elena sighed. He's old school. Ignore him. But I couldn't. It's not just him. It's you. That kiss with Marissa. Was it really about escape, or do you want out? She pulled over, tears welling. I don't know, Alex. I love you, but this pressure. It's suffocating. We decided on couples therapy starting the next week. Dr. Harlan, a no-nonsense woman in Midtown, dug deep from session 1. Elena, what does family mean to you? Elena hesitated. Everything. But they're killing me slowly. Dr. Harlan turned to me. And you, Alex? What's your line in the sand? Betrayal, I said flatly. I won't be second choice. Therapy unearthed buried resentments. Elena admitted resenting my easy coming out. My liberal parents had accepted me immediately, while hers clung to tradition. I confess feeling like I was always proving myself to her world. Sessions ended in exhaustion, but also glimmers of hope. We started small rituals, date nights, honest talks. But society didn't pause. A colleague at work made a snide comment about diversity hires, implying my success was tokenism. I brushed it off, but it echoed the broader fight. Then Elena's design firm landed a big contract, requiring travel to conservative states. What if they find out about us? She worried. I reassured her, but her anxiety spiked. Marissa re-entered the picture subtly. A text about a mutual friend's birthday. Elena showed me, transparent now. Should I go? Only if I'm there, I said. The party in the village was a test. Marissa approached us awkwardly. I'm sorry, Alex. It was a mistake. I nodded, but forgiveness was a process. As months passed, our bond strengthened, but cracks lingered. Elena's mother called weekly, pushing for visits. Bring a friend, she'd say, meaning a man. Elena hung up frustrated. One night, after a fight about it, she snapped. Maybe I should just date a guy to shut them up. The words hung heavy, a betrayal worse than the kiss. I left for Jamie's again, needing space. She's torn, Jamie said. But you can't fix her. I knew that, but love blinded me. Work became my refuge, a promotion on the horizon. But success felt empty without her. Elena showed up at my office the next day, flowers in hand. I didn't mean it. I'm scared. We reconciled in the conference room, tears and promises. But doubt festered. Her family planned an intervention-style dinner, inviting us under false pretenses. They want to talk sense into me, Elena confessed. We went armed with resolve. The dining room was tense, her parents, siblings, even an aunt. Her father started. Elena, we love you, but this path, it's sinful. Think of your soul. Her mother added. We found a nice boy from church. Elena stood, voice shaking. No. I love Alex. If you can't accept that, we're done. The room erupted. Accusations flew, brainwashing, rebellion. We left amid chaos, Elena in tears. In the car, she whispered. I chose you. But the cost was evident. Her phone silent, family ties severed. Back home, relief mixed with grief. Elena mourned her roots, withdrawing into work. I supported her but felt the weight. Society's judgment amplified. News of anti-LGBT legislation in the South. Friends sharing horror stories. Our circle tightened, but isolation crept in. Then a bombshell. Marissa confessed to her husband about the kiss, leading to divorce. She reached out to Elena for support. She's hurting, Elena said. I tensed. Be careful. Elena met her for coffee, returning distant. She kissed me again, she admitted. I pushed her away. Rage boiled over. Why meet her at all? Elena cried. Because she's the only one who understands my family's world. The argument escalated, words like weapons. Maybe you belong in that world, I shouted. She left, slamming the door. Alone, I questioned everything. Was love enough against such odds? The next day, Elena returned, bags packed. I need time to figure out who I am without the pressure. My heart broke. Go then. She moved to a friend's couch, we in limbo. Therapy continued solo. Dr. Harlan challenged me. What are you willing to sacrifice? Not my self-respect, I said. Weeks dragged. Elena's designs won an award, but she called me crying. Success means nothing without you. We met in the park again. I've cut Marissa out. And I'm done pleasing my family. But I hurt you too much. I pulled her close. We both did. Reconciliation was tentative, built on honesty. But the scars remained, a reminder of the price. Rebuilding wasn't linear. It was a jagged path of highs and lows. We moved back in together, but trust was fragile, like glass mended with tape. Small things triggered arguments, a late text, a glance at a stranger. Elena threw herself into activism, joining LGBT support groups, channeling her pain into purpose. This is for us, she'd say, attending rallies against discriminatory bills. I admired her fire, but it highlighted my own complacency. At work, I took on pro bono cases for queer clients fighting evictions and workplace bias. It invigorated me but exhausted us both. Society's pushback was relentless. A client lost custody because of her orientation, mirroring our fears of future family. Elena's estrangement from her parents deepened. Holidays came and went without calls. She grieved silently, staring at old photos. "They were my anchor," she confessed one night. "I held her. We'll be each other's." But was that enough? A turning point came with my promotion to partner. The firm hosted a party where Elena shone charming colleagues. But a senior partner pulled me aside. "Discreet is best in this field. Clients can be conservative." It stung, a reminder that even in progressive New York, acceptance was conditional. That night, Elena proposed again, properly this time on our rooftop. "Marry me, Alex." Despite everything. Tears flowed as I said yes. Planning the wedding became our focus, a beacon amid chaos. We chose a simple ceremony in the Hamptons, inviting only supportive friends. But fate intervened. Elena's mother showed up unannounced weeks before. "I miss my daughter," she said, eyes pleading. Elena let her in, cautious. The conversation was raw. Regrets, apologies, but no full acceptance. "I can't change overnight," her mom admitted. Elena nodded. "Then meet me halfway." The visit sparked hope but also conflict. Elena wanted her family at the wedding. "It's a step." I worried. What if they ruin it? We compromised. Invite them but set boundaries. As the day approached, tension mounted. Rehearsal dinner was awkward, her father silent, mother trying. Marissa, uninvited, sent a card. "Wishing you happiness." Elena burned it. The wedding dawn broke clear. Vows exchanged under the sun. Rings slipped on with trembling hands. But during the reception, her father stood for a toast. To Elena and her choice. The word hung, a subtle dig. Guests shifted uncomfortably. Elena pulled him aside later. "If you can't say my wife's name, leave." He did, taking half the family. Heartbroken, Elena danced with me, masking pain. "I chose you," she whispered. But the loss etched lines on her face. Honeymoon in Hawaii was blissful escape. Beaches and sunsets healing wounds. We talked futures, adoption, careers. But back home reality crashed. Elena's firm faced backlash from a client discovering our marriage. "They pulled the contract," she said, devastated. It ignited her fury. She quit, starting her own firm focused on inclusive designs. Risky but empowering. I supported, but finances strained. Arguments flared over money priorities. Then betrayal's echo. I found Elena texting Marissa again. "Just checking on her divorce," she claimed. Trust shattered anew. "Why her?" I yelled. Elena snapped back. "Because you don't understand the guilt." We separated beds that night. Therapy resumed. Dr. Harlan probed. "Elena, is Marissa a crutch?" "Maybe," she admitted. "But Alex is my life." I questioned my choices. Had I forgiven too quickly? Jamie advised. "Love isn't blind. See the patterns." Elena cut contact with Marissa for good, deleting numbers. But damage lingered. Society amplified doubts. A hate crime in the news, friends divorcing over similar issues. A crisis hit when my mother fell ill, requiring care. Elena stepped up, moving heaven. It bonded us, reminding why we fought. But Elena's health faltered. Stress-induced anxiety attacks. "The world's against us," she said during one. I held her. "Not if we stand together." Recovery was slow. She sought solo therapy, unpacking childhood expectations. Revelations came. Her family's homophobia stemmed from their own repressed lives. As she healed, our connection deepened. We volunteered at Pride events, finding community. But the cost was evident. Lost family, strained friendships, constant vigilance. One evening, Elena announced, "I'm ready to adopt." Excitement surged, but fears too. What if society rejects our family? We researched, prepared. The process was grueling. Interviews, home visits. A caseworker questioned our stability, citing the separation. We fought back, proving resilience. Approval came, a victory hard won. But on the eve of meeting our potential child, Elena's father called. "I want to meet my grandchild." Conditional acceptance. Elena hesitated. "Only if you accept us fully." He agreed tentatively. Reunion was emotional, bridges mending slowly. But joy was short-lived. Marissa reappeared in crisis, her ex harassing her. Elena helped legally through me. Boundaries held, but it tested us. Adopting Lily, a bright-eyed toddler from foster care, transformed everything. Her laughter filled our home, a balm to old wounds. But parenthood amplified pressures. Elena's family visited sporadically, their acceptance lukewarm. She's cute, her mother said, but avoided daughter's child. Society's gaze intensified. Playground stares, school forms with mother and father boxes. We advocated joining parent groups for queer families. Elena's firm thrived, designing accessible spaces, but clients sometimes balked at her personal life. I balanced partnership at the firm with mommy duties, exhaustion constant. Arguments shifted. Who does more chores, whose career sacrifices? I quit my job for this, Elena reminded during one spat. Therapy helped navigate. Dr. Harlan. Parenthood tests foundations. We recommitted, date nights mandatory. But betrayal's shadow loomed. Marissa moved back to the city, as friends. Elena swore no contact, but I found an email. Supportive, platonic. Why hide it? I confronted. Elena broke. Because I knew you'd freak. She's just a friend now. Trust frayed. Friends don't kiss. The fight escalated, Lily's cries interrupting. We cooled off, apologizing. But doubt persisted. Elena's anxiety worsened. Meds prescribed. The world's judgment. It's too much, she confided. I urged strength but felt helpless. A family crisis. Her sister announced pregnancy, inviting us. Tension at the baby shower. Relatives whispering. Elena's father pulled her aside. See? This is normal. She exploded. My family's normal too. We left early, Elena sobbing. Why can't they love us? I had no answer. Work piled on. A high-profile case for me, involving LGBT rights. Media attention brought trolls, online hate. Our address leaked, forcing security. Elena spiraled, questioning everything. Maybe we rushed into this. Hurt, I snapped. So regret us? Lily. No, she said, but the seed planted. Separation whispered. Then awakening. Lily's first word. Mama. To both. It recentered us. We're her world, Elena said. We doubled down. Family therapy with her parents. Progress slow, admissions of fear, ignorance. Her father. I was wrong. Tears flowed. But society pushed back. A bill threatening adoption rights passed committee. We rallied, Elena speaking publicly. For my daughter, she declared. Exposure brought backlash. Her firm lost a client. Worth it, she said. Personal toll. Old friends distanced, citing drama. Isolation grew. Marissa called in desperation. Suicidal thoughts. Elena went to help, informing me. Boundaries, she promised. She returned shaken. She's broken. But I'm not her savior. That night we talked deeply. Elena. I chose wrong before. But now I choose you fully. Healing began anew. We planned a vow renewal, symbolic. But twist. During preparation I discovered Elena's journal. Entries doubting our life, wistful for normalcy. Confrontation. Do you want out? Tears, no. It's just fears. Trust tested again. We need space, I said. She moved out temporarily, Lily with me. Heartache immense. Weeks of reflection. Elena fought for us, courting me like before. Notes, dates. Reunion tentative. No more secrets, we vowed. As Lily grew, challenges evolved. School bullies teasing two moms. We educated, advocated. Elena's family warmed, attending birthdays. Full acceptance. Not yet, but progress. Our love, battle-scarred, endured. But at what cost? Years blurred into a tapestry of triumphs and trials. Lily started kindergarten. Her energy a constant reminder of our resilience. Elena's firm expanded, winning awards for inclusive architecture. My career soared, leading LGBT advocacy at the firm. But beneath the surface, the weight of our journey lingered. Therapy ongoing, vigilance eternal. Society evolved slowly, marriage equality solidified, but new battles emerged, trans rights, conversion therapy bans. We marched, voices hoarse but strong. Elena became a speaker, sharing our story anonymized. Love wins but not without scars, she'd say. Family ties mended unevenly. Her parents doted on Lily but slips occurred. Gendered toys, subtle comments. Elena set firm boundaries. Accept all or none. They tried attending Pride with us once, awkward but present. Marissa faded into periphery, remarried distant. No threats. But internal conflicts resurfaced. Elena's 40th birthday triggered reflection. Did I sacrifice too much? She mused over wine. Family ease. I tensed. Regrets? No. But the road was hard. Honesty deepened us. We traveled as a family, creating memories. A major test. Lily asked about her real parents. We explained adoption openly. Then, why two moms? Elena. Because love comes in all forms. School conference revealed bias. A teacher questioning our influence. We fought, transferring Lily. Strain accumulated. Elena's health scare. A stress-related ulcer. Forced slowdown. I can't keep fighting everything, she admitted in hospital. I reflected on my role. Had I demanded too much strength? Recovery brought clarity. We downsized, moved to a queer-friendly suburb. Fresh start. Lily thrived, friends diverse. Our circle expanded. But a final betrayal echo. Elena reconnected with an old flame, a woman from college via social media. Innocent chats but secretive. Discovery via phone. Flirty tones. Just reminiscing, she claimed. Rage. Patterns repeat. Argument epic. Why sabotage? Tears. Fear of stagnation. But I love our life. Therapy intensive. Dr. Harlan. Break the cycle or end it. Elena chose break. Solo travel for soul searching. To return whole. Months apart, co-parenting via video. I dated casually, testing waters. Realized Elena was home. She returned transformed. I faced my demons. Chose us freely. Recommitment profound. Vow renewal intimate. Lily as flower girl. Life stabilized. Advocacy, family love. Yet the price. Lost years to pain, strained bonds, emotional toll. In quiet moments, Elena wondered aloud. Was it all worth it? As we watched Lily play hand in hand, the answer seemed yes. But the story begs the question. In a world stacked against them, was Elena's repeated hesitation a sign of weakness, or a valid response to unrelenting pressure, right or wrong?